Hello everyone, I am Shweta and welcome to my channel Analytics by Shweta. In today's video, we will learn how to use the parallel period function in Power BI. Now, parallel period is a very powerful time intelligence function. It gives us the ability to look at periods like the year, the month, the quarter. And we also have intervals. So you can look 1 year behind, 2 years behind, or 1 quarter behind, 2 quarter behind. This is completely different from same period last year, where you could only look at the year. Same period last year did not have any parameters for the month, the quarter, but parallel period has that. Let us look at our data model first to have a better understanding of what we are planning to do in this video. If you look at our data model, we have a simple data model having 4-dimension tables connected to our fact table, the highest data. The date column in the calendar table is connected to the highest date in the highest data table, that is the date of joining table. Now, this is the date which will be helpful in our time intelligence calculation. Now, as we are going to look at the highest for the parallel period, we need to have a function which calculates the total highest. We have a pre-created measure called as total highest, which counts the employee codes in the highest data table. As each and every employee has a unique employee code, this function will return us a distinct count of the employees. Let us start by creating a new measure. We would name it as parallel period here. We use the calculate, we use the total hires, we use the parallel period, and we use the calendar date column. If you see, we have number of intervals given here. The number of intervals is how far you want to go. We want to go back 1 year, so we write it as -1. The next option is where we want to go. Do we want to go back a month, back a quarter, or back a year? In our example, we will be going back a year. We close this measure and we approve it. Let us go and create a matrix visual. On the matrix visual, let us add the year. In the values, let us add the total highest measure and also the parallel period which we had used for the year. Now, if you see, we get 2020 had 5175 hires and 2021 had 196 hires. But the parallel period for the year, which was 1 year behind, had 5175 hires. That is, it is going exactly back 1 year. If you look at 2022, we have 3761 hires, but the parallel period will give us exactly 1 year back. So it is showing us exactly 1 year back. This is similar to what we had seen in same period last year. But there is a difference between this function. I will show you in a bit what is it. Let us add a matrix visual onto our report. Let us add the year. And below the year, let us also add the month. We would be adding the total hires in the values and the parallel period year function also. Let us expand this. Now, if you look here, in 2021 January, we had 32 hires, but parallel period returns us 5175, which is the total hires for the previous year. And the same value is repeated across. It is not looking at whether it is showing February and I should return for February last year. It is returning the entire year, as we had given -1 as the interval for the year in the DAX function. It is retaining that function. It is not affected by the respective filters in the visual. If you look at 2022, again, it shows us 1986 across, which was the highest for 2021. If you again select this visual and add the day below the month and you expand the days for January, again you would see the same value repeated across. It is not concerned with what is the date given here. It exactly looks at what the measure has told it. That is, go 1 year behind and return me the value. So it is returning the same value across. If you look at 2021, it will return as 5175. You go to any month, it will return as 5175, as the highest for 2020 was 5175. So any data for 2021, be it the month, be it the year, or be it the day, it will exactly return what we had specified in the function, that is the last year. It is not affected by any of these filters in the visual. Let us get a better understanding of this. If you look from a year perspective, it gives us the same period for the last year, which is same as parallel period. So parallel period and same period would give you the last year's period when you use years as the filter in the visual. So we get 5175 here, 5175 here. So parallel period and same period last year work similarly. But where parallel period differs is when you add more context to your visual. If we look at it from a month and year perspective, total hires is 5175 and last year parallel period would give you 5175 exactly. But when you use it from a month and year perspective and you are looking at January 2021, you would see 5175 represented across, as 5175 is the total hires for 2020. And if you look at it from a day, month and year perspective, 5175 was the total hires for 2020. So on the day, each and every day would give you 5175 hires. The days where you see blank is the current period hires, but the last year would give you the same value across. So this is how it differs from the same period last year function, where it is not affected by the visual filters. It will exactly return what we have specified in the function, retain it, and return the concerned value. Let us look at another example of parallel period. We would create a new measure. Let's name it parallel period month. Use the calculate total hires parallel period. Here we would be using the calendar date. We would be saying go back 1 month. So here we are saying go back 1 month and retrieve the data. Let us approve this measure. Let us duplicate this visual. Let us remove the date from here. Let us also remove the parallel period here. So currently we have the years and the total hires for the current period. Let us use this parallel period month function and see how it differs from the year. I have taken parallel period month and also added it to the visual. Now if you look here, February is 242 over here. And if you look at Jan 2020, it is 242. So it is returning the previous month value. If you go again over here, if you see March is 154 and it is returning me 284, which is the data for the previous month. So it is exactly going back 1 month. Let us see what happens when we add date to this visual. Let us also add date to this visual. If you see, in February, we are seeing 242 across for each and every day. This is because the previous month, January 2020, had 242 hires. So February 2020, each and every day will return 242 hires. As I said, parallel period retains the measures which you have given as parameters. So we had given -1 month. So even if you put day to the visual, it will always return minus 1 month. It is not affected by what is shown in the visual. I hope you understood how parallel period works and how it differs from same period last year. We would be doing more time intelligence functions, so please keep a track of it. If you like this video, please hit the subscribe button and press the notification bell for more updates. Thank you for your time and have a nice day.